Hello and welcome to Fanshawe College's virtual open house. My name is Bruno Rodrigues. I work in the international office of Fanshawe College, and I'm going to be your host for today's section. Before we begin today's section, I would like to review a few housekeeping items. Audience and webcams will be turned off. If you have any question through this session, please submit with the question feature. Following the session, we will have a live Q&A from the questions submitted. We will try our best to get through all your questions. If you have any question after this session, we recommend you to email myfeature@fanshawe.ci or book an appointment with your Fanshawe College recruiters. If you have multiple programs open and running, it might compromise your webinar experience. We recommend you to take a moment now and close all open programs before you begin today's session. I would like to introduce to you Shanta Dobey, who is going to be speaking about office administration programs at Fanshawe College. I'll be back again for the Q&A, and now I'm going to pass it over to Shanta Dobey.
Good morning and welcome to the Office Administration Program at Fanshawe College. Here at Fanshawe, we're home to the Falcons, and we're nested in the beautiful little town of London, Ontario, a wonderful city where festivals are always in vogue. I'd like to, today I would just like to take a brief moment from your time and answer your questions a little later on, but dedicate this time to give you a brief intro or a brief introduction into our program. I too would have preferred a different setting. The pandemic has certainly forced us into this virtual space. No crowds in the hallways, no foods that are typical of open houses, and certainly no FaceTime today, but we will get through this. Here at Fanshawe College, our office administration students have a distinct edge. Students have choices. We offer 3 different programs within this program. So there are multiple pathways after graduation. There's also easy transferability between our 3 programs. Our programs retain currency because we continuously meet with our employers who advise us on industry standards. Students, therefore, have the content edge. Our grads are in demand as a result of this because we are always on top with our training. Employers continuously seek us out here at the college and ask us for our grads to fill their positions. Our grads definitely stands out because we build the skills that are required for the jobs. And yes, Fanshawe is a brand that cannot be beaten. It is here we unlock potentials for more than 21,000 students. Office admin students are needed everywhere. During this pandemic, you're the folks that put a smile on the faces in the hospitals, in the offices, in banks, and everywhere. Every organization needs administrative staff. And the slide just now, you saw many of the environments that actually do look for our grads. The OA, or Office Administration, has 3 programs. So we refer to it as the OA cluster of programs. You have the general program, you have a certificate program, you have the executive diploma program, and the health diploma programs. So there are 3 programs that allows students lots of flexibility. You can actually start with the certificate and then move through the diploma, or start with the diploma and graduate with a diploma. The general 1-year program, it's completed over 2 semesters. So if you start in January, by the summer of 21, you can complete your general certificate program. So on our slide here, I have a list of some of the some of the duties, some of the expectations of employers from graduates within this program. So in a typical day, a student or a graduate or an employee from our general certificate program will be expected to proofread documents. So documentation is a big component of that field. You'd be expected to finalize correspondence, reports, and proofread presentations for employers. Telephone etiquette is a big one, and so you are the face of that office. So you would be expected to have good telephone etiquette because you're the one that respond to the telephone, both in person and via the electronic inquiries. You're the one that will be expected to have an overview of the organization because our graduates provide general information to the clients. Photocopying and collate documents for distribution will also fall under your list of duties. The mail, both incoming and outgoing, both physical mail and electronic mail, will be your responsibility. Performing bookkeeping tasks, and this is usually accomplished through our accounting courses, ordering of office supplies, and arranging for service of equipment. All of these expectations here are covered in our program, and students will leave us equipped with these skills. So again, the general is just a one-year program completed within 2 semesters, and you'd be ready for the work world with these types of expectations. What are the career opportunities, therefore, that we find our students seek out? If you're job hunting, you'd look for office assistant, data entry clerk, bookkeeper jobs or bookkeeping, receptionist, payroll clerk, customer service representative, and general office clerk. The executive program, on the other hand, is a 2-year program. The first year is common with the general certificate program. So if, as I mentioned earlier on, if you started the general program and decide this is an area that you enjoy, you can certainly then move on to complete the executive program. And at that point, you would only have 1 year more to complete because the first year is common. This allows for easy transferability of our students from one program to the other. This is a program that is co-op endorsed. Students who enter into the executive program can graduate with an endorsed diploma if they complete 2 semesters of co-op opportunities. So what is co-op education, or what is cooperative education in Canada here? It is really the hands-on portion of your program. It integrates the academics, what you've done in the classroom, with experience in the real world. And the point to note here is that if you are successful in acquiring a co-op opportunity, it is paid work experience. So you can actually earn some money while engaged in this program. Co-op education, however, is done within sequence semesters. So after year 1, perhaps after 3 semesters, you will have your first co-op opportunity. If you're successful, you will be off campus for that year, that semester. There would be no courses that are associated with your program that will run during that semester. And you come back at the end of that to complete additional academic requirements. You must be successful in all courses to qualify for co-op. So a student who fails a course during that first year may not qualify or will not qualify for co-op opportunity. So it's imperative that you work hard during that first year or during the first 3 semesters to ensure that you've met all the academic requirements to engage in the co-op experience. What does a day in the life of executive office professional look like? So on graduation, you will be expected to oversee and coordinate jobs. You'd be expected to establish work priorities. You will carry out administrative duties. You will administer policies and procedures. You will coordinate and plan for office services. You will assist in the preparation of operating budget and inventory controls, and you will assemble data and special reports. Again, documentation is important, and this is why we do 3 levels of documentation in this course, because what we find is the current job market expects our graduate to be engaged, to be spending a significant time within their day on documentation in the form of reports, manuals, correspondence, and so on. So you will have the opportunity at that time to actually create these documents. Note here that the difference between the executive and the general, in the executive program, now that you're moving into a diploma program, you will now be expected to actually work at a higher level. And so the job expectation is no longer to carry out tasks, but now to coordinate tasks. No longer expected to take instructions from senior employees, but also expected to administer and to perhaps guide junior staff. So because it's a diploma program, the expectations, the work expectations are higher, are different, and we at the college train you to function effectively in those environments. Career opportunities that are associated with a graduate from the executive office program include admin assistants, supervisors, admin managers, HR assistants, office coordinators, executive assistants, and so on. And the list can go on. I have just a few of them listed here on the slide. The third program that is offered by the OA cluster of programs is the health services program. That's the Office Administration Health Services program. It is a 2-year program, and again, the first year is common among the 3 programs. So if you've completed the general program, you can then move into the health services program. Or if you've completed the first year in the executive program, you can switch over to the health services program. Although you can apply at the beginning to the health services program. So this is a 2-year program, as I said, it's our diploma program. And a key feature in this is that it includes a 4-week unpaid clinical placement. This is an opportunity for you to put what you've learned in the classroom, what you've had the hands-on experiences in the classroom, and then prove that to an employer or show that off to an employer. Employers typically look at this clinical placement as an opportunity for them to evaluate their potential graduates and determine if they're a fit for their office should a work opportunity present itself. So the unpaid clinical placement goes both ways. You get an opportunity to work in a real-life clinical setting or a real-life office setting, and the employer has an opportunity to evaluate you and determine if you're a fit for their office if a job opportunity presents itself. It is therefore that opportunity to utilize the skills that were developed within the classroom in these real clinical or office situations. Some of the courses that you will complete in this program include medical terminology, medical transcription, medical billing, medical office procedures, and so on. The list are many. Excel is a big one. Excel at the advanced level. So we offer 2 levels of Excel courses, and we find that to be a great skill set that our graduates leave us with, because it's very much in demand in the health services field or any office environment. So what does a day in the life of a health office graduate looks like, or health office professional look like? You'd be expected to schedule and confirm medical appointments. You would be able to prepare medical records. So in some cases, you would listen to a dictation from the physician or from the surgeon. And as the health office administrator in that office, you'd be expected to prepare the medical records. We teach you what are the different formats for a medical report versus a medical letter. So once you are in the actual live environment in a physician's office or in a hospital, you would actually, you are leaving us with that skill set on how to create and prepare those reports. You would also understand how to submit claims for your physician, how to bill for your physician, how to bill via what we refer to as the OHIP billing in Canada, or the WCB billing in Canada, or private insurance billing in Canada. So again, in our billing course, we train our graduates, potential graduates, to be effective at these skill sets. We are big on maintaining confidentiality here in the medical environment. There are rules and guidelines that you're expected to follow, and we train our students in what are these expectations. We talk significantly about the rules and the confidentiality for patient files. We discuss FIPA. We discuss many of the other confidential requirements. How do you make an actual report confidential? How do you protect the information on your computer screen if a patient is standing in front of you? So we do train our students, we do train our potential graduates, we do train the potential employees in the health office program to retain and understand the steps involved in creating confidentiality, and also the importance and significance of maintaining confidentiality. All students would have had to do 2 levels of accounting. And so once you leave us, you'd be equipped with preparing financial statements and billing procedures for at your level for the clinical environment or office environment that you choose to work in. Again, accounting and how to order supplies, how to maintain the inventory in that office becomes a responsibility for some health office professionals, and we do train you on how to maintain inventory through these accounting courses that you would have taken. So these are limited in terms of what is expected of you. I just have a few points here, but the Office Administration Health Services program here at Fanshawe College covers everything that is demanded of our graduates, or that is demanded of health office professionals in the administrative field, in the physician's office, in the hospitals, and so on. As I said, we maintain close contact with the employers, and so we're aware of what is required of these graduates, and we implement these changes on a regular basis so that our graduates are leaving us with the skills that's required for the field of practice. So what are these career opportunities that you'd look for? You would look at medical team assistant, medical secretary, administrative assistant, medical records clerk, and so on. So there are many opportunities, but this is just a limited list that I've created here for you to get an idea prior to coming into Canada. What are some of these opportunities? Throughout our program here at Fanshawe College, we're big on experiential learning opportunities, and there are many areas where you can actually get that skill set. As I said, students who engage in the executive program will have the cooperative education opportunity. Students who are enrolled in the health services program will get the clinical work placement opportunity. Uh, we also have what we call the Soar Lab here at college. And this is a lab that we have created that gives students an opportunity to be hands-on. You actually get to touch files. You get to touch photocopying machines. You get to actually do filing, whether it's alphabetical, geographical, or otherwise. Um, and so the SOAR Lab is an NV at the college, and it's the only of its kind in Ontario. It's a space that is dedicated to hands-on opportunities for all students that come through the office administration program. So it's a great place, a great space, a great opportunity. And the feedback that we've been getting from students is that this is an environment that truly puts the textbook material into practice. So the SOAR Lab here, all students, if you're on campus, you get an opportunity to engage in activities there. We also have a program called the Live Client Program. And what that does is that we get opportunities from the community. So the hospitals, for example, will send us requests to have students do some transcription, or the Heart and Stroke Foundation here in London would send us, would request us to get students to volunteer with that area. And even on campus here, we have an emergency preparedness program here. That's an activity that takes place once a year. Our students in the office administration program are responsible for all the administrative aspect of that event. And so they register students, they create the badges for the students, they do the signage, they do a lot of the administrative functions that are associated. So there are lots of opportunities here through this Live Client program to be hands-on, to meet with clients, to actually, again, put your classroom activity to work. And if you have done 10 or more hours of Live Client or volunteering in an environment that is associated with the college, and that activity could be on campus or off campus, you can graduate with what we refer to as a co-curricular record. So 10 hours of volunteering, whether through the Live Client or any other opportunity that is associated with the college, will give you a co-curricular record added to your diploma on graduation. And then big this year is the SILEX initiative. Fanshawe College created this initiative so that all students get an opportunity to do hands-on work. And in the OA program, we're very hands-on. Many of our courses has activities that are related to the actual work environment. But the SILEX initiative is new to the college, and it was designed to give all students an opportunity to build on those skill sets that employers are looking for. And here in the OA program, we are doing that, even though we are shut down here in Canada as a result of the pandemic. Our SILEX initiative will continue. We have built in our second level, that's semester 2, we have associated ourselves with a lot of the employers that will give our students that hands-on experience. So students would be working with employers to build on those skill set. And what are those skill set? It is the hard skills that you've learned in the classroom, accounting, Excel, and so on, but it's also that soft skill. And so we find that more and more employers are asking for our graduates to be able to present themselves well, to actually have soft skills, to be cognizant of the people that they're talking about, to have those critical initiatives. And so through the Silex initiative, we are able to bring that to our students. So here's a picture of the opening of our Soar Lab, and you can actually see some of the equipment there. We have those huge filing cabinets. We have TV screens where students can actually interact with each other. We have telephone skills in that office. And so there are lots of different opportunities here. This was one of the pictures from the grand opening. And here, this is an actual student of ours who was so keen, so enthused with this program that she decided at the opening to do a presentation to all our guests on what was happening here at Fanshawe. Again, this is another image of some of the filing that goes on in the Soar Lab. This is one of our students here that was engaged in one of the activities there on campus. So, coming to Fanshawe College, engaging in the office administration program, you can expect to have dedicated professors. We believe that this is a program that can change your life. There are professors that are ready to work with you. We have current technologies that you will be associated with on campus. We have engaging community partners that are eager to hire our graduates that actually come in and talk to our students. We have students that are exposed to real life experiences on campus and off campus. Our programs are in demand. Our students are in demand, and we are waiting for you to join our team. So come on board. Fanshawe College is a great place to be at. In the office administration program, we are excited to have our students from the international world, because you bring to the classroom a different perspective that we can all learn from as well. So it goes both ways. You teach us and we teach you. This program is offered at our main campus in London, but it's also offered in Woodstock and Sarnia. That is, the executive program is also offered in 2 different additional locations. So thank you for your time, and I hope this presentation would have given you some insight into the office administration program. We have a cluster of programs, the general certificate program, which is for 1 year. We have the executive diploma program, which is for 2 years. And we have the office administration health services program, which is a diploma program offered for 2 years. There is easy transferability between these programs. First year is common. Thank you, and I'm here to answer your questions.
Thank you so much, Shanta, for providing such useful information for this program. Now we are going to move to Q&A. If you still have any question, please send to us. We're going to be happy to reply to you. Let's start with the first question. I have one student asking if there is any difference between the program you offer at London and the program at Woodstock.
So the only program that is offered at Woodstock is the Executive Diploma Program, and it is the same program offered at Fanshawe. The experiences may be different, but the curriculum is the same.
Great, thank you. We have another great question here. What is the salary average for graduates from any of those programs?
So on the average, and this was a stat that I pulled up, I think it was based on 2017 or 2018 graduates. It was on the average about 35,000 per annum. That's for the diploma programs.
Great. We have another great question here. What is the difference between a certificate and a diploma program?
Certificate program, that's a great question. Certificate programs here in Canada are the number of hours that you engage in the classroom is different from that of the diploma. In our program, the certificate program is for 1 year or 2 semesters, and the diploma program will be for 2 years. If you're an executive student, you would have, in addition to 2 years of academic training, you would have 2 semesters of co-op experience, providing you can find an opportunity.
Great. We have another question here. Sometimes the students, they don't know how to choose the program. So what will you suggest for the students? Which one would be the best program? I know it's difficult to say that, but what would you say for a student who doesn't know which program he should do?
So I would say to the student to reflect on who you are. What do you enjoy? What do you like? And then make the choice based on that. I find with our international students, a lot of them seem to want a distinction between the executive and the medical program or the health services program. So they go for the diploma programs, but they are looking to determine whether executive is their area or medical. Again, I'd say to you, look at your own skill set. And I've presented to you what are some of the courses you would do. And then ask yourself, is that an environment that I would want to be in? Do I want to be in a medical environment? Do I want to work in a hospital? Do I want to work in a doctor's office? Or do I want to be more in a cooperative, corporate office environment? So our exec students, for example, they end up working at, we have students who are graduates now who are working at the city hall, who are working with the school boards. So those are the graduates from our executive office. And then if you prefer smaller environments, there are still graduates who are working with the automotive dealerships here in London, or the large construction offices here in London. So those would be our executive graduates would go in that area.
Great. We have another question here about the co-op. How is the co-op would help students to get a better job after his graduation?
Sorry, I didn't hear that one, Bruno. Can you please repeat?
The other question is about co-op. How the co-op could help students to be successful after his graduation?
So the co-op, it does give you the hands-on experience. It gives you students who go out and co-op. It's an entire semester you go out at a time. So close to 3 months of working in an actual office environment. And what that does to the student, it brings those soft skills that we talk about. It gives you an opportunity to wake up in the morning, get out there, whether it's an 8 a.m. job or a 9 a.m. job, it builds consistency for the work. But in addition to the skills that you would learn on the job, it gives an employer an opportunity to assess you. And if there's a job opening, they can determine if you're a good fit for that office. So I feel like it's a two-way benefit. The employer get an opportunity to assess you, and you get an opportunity to determine, is this an environment that I like? Do I like the pace of this environment? Do I like the people in this environment? Do I fit in? And so it is an opportunity to determine, to really see what goes on in the real working world.
Great. We have one more question here. What about the health programs? Like for the health, this program, what do you suggest for students do before they start their programs for a student who doesn't have any background in this area?
So the requirement for admission is really the language component, which is in our equivalent here in Canada, grade 11 English. The rest of it, literally, as long as you're dedicated to your field of study, we're here to assist you. So the courses that you would take in level 1, as I said, it's common for all programs. Level 1, you would start off doing some language. You will do some accounting. We introduce you to documentation. You get a course that will train you on what to expect in the job, in the working world. It's called workplace behaviors. And then we do an intro into college life and professional life. So I feel like it really, the training happens with us. There isn't a lot of additional training that you or skill set that you should have prior to coming in, because it's equal across the board for all, whether you're executive, whether you're medical or you're general at level 1 and level 2. So I wouldn't say to put a lot of emphasis on what additional skill set you need prior to coming in, because the training happens with us, and as long as you invest the time, you will succeed. Medical terminology is a new language, but you do that in your second year. I say it's a new language because you learn so many new medical terms. But again, we train you on how to conquer that, how to manage that new skill. So come on board. We're here. We'll assist you with that process.
Great. Thanks so much. We don't have any other question. If you want to give any advice for students who haven't applied yet, what would be for them to do any of the office administration program?
So their jobs are there. This is a program that has jobs that are available. Even in this pandemic, we found that our strong graduates were all finding jobs, especially the ones that we've been tracking was the health services, because the hospitals are so impacted here in Canada that we thought, we will do some tracking in that environment. And our students are finding jobs. Our graduates are finding jobs. So I'd say to you, just get your application in. We're here to support you. We're here to assist you. As long as you show the dedication, your profs are there to walk the walk with you. We're eager to welcome you on board. You bring diversity to our classroom, and there's learning that happens here. Come on in, and as I said, we will walk with you to ensure that you are successful, as long as you do your part in this process.
Great, perfect. Thanks so much, Shanta, for your time and help us with this session. If you are here and still have any question or need any additional information, you can book an appointment with our recruitment team, or you can also send an email to myfuture@fanshawe.ca. I'm gonna share through the chat the email, so if you still have any question, we can help you. So thanks so much again, Shanta, and I hope you have a great day. And thank you for all attending the event.
Thank you, Bruno. Thanks a lot, everyone. I hope to welcome you here at Fanshawe College.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.